As a macrobiotic nutritionist and an advanced yoga practitioner, I'm always questioned how do I take care of my protein needs. So as a part of my macrobiotic learning, I learned a very important concept, which is, I guess, the foundation of everything that starts to build on top of it and ultimately leads us to a state of health mess, anything from starting from cold to a cancer. So the very first thing is, whether it is my diet or my yogic practice, I try to be in a mode or way of life where it is helping my alkalinity and not building up on my acidity. And that's also one of the reasons, from the dietary perspective, I am majorly on alkalizing foods and not on foods which can really create a lot of acidic load in the body. And yes, of course, advanced yogic practice, with an advanced yogic practice, you do need some good sources of protein to build up your body because of the wear and tear that may happen as a part of the exercise that you do. But here it is important to understand that if that protein source which is required for the body to for the repair thing is coming from an animal source, you're also acidifying your body. So while with any kind of exercise, it is definitely important to keep your protein reserves up. It is also equally important to keep your protein sources really alkalizing and not acidifying. So what could be those specific sources? In our daily diet, these sources come in from the beans, legumes that we consume on a regular basis, and specifically these are very high on Indian diet. If you want to add on to supplements, there are vegan protein supplements available. There are sea algae available, something like spirulina, which is a very high source of protein, along with a lot of other nutrients. Chia seeds also give you some good amount of protein if you consume it on a regular basis. But for me, my biggest source of protein comes in from hemp seeds, either hemp powder or hemp hearts, which can be converted into hemp milk and consumed the way you want. So I often use hemp powder as a supplement for my smoothies, specifically midday smoothies, and I use hemp hearts generally when I have to make hemp milk, which can be very well used in porridges, or you can just consume it like that. Maybe you can just add some cacao powder, add some dates to it, and it becomes a chocolatey kind of a drink. So why vegan protein powder? Few of the reasons. Vegan protein powder or a plant-based protein powder is much more highly absorbable than an animal protein. Of course, the animal protein in terms of number is really high as compared to plant protein, but this is not what matters. What matters is what your body absorbs, how much it absorbs. Animal protein, your body will absorb to a certain level, and the toxicity that it leaves after that, the acidifying load that it leaves after that, is way higher than what a plant source will leave you with. And when it comes to protein, another important concept that we all should be aware of, specifically the ones who are really high on different supplements of protein or different sources of protein that may be causing a lot of acidic load in the body, that any isolated form of protein is or the concentrated form of protein is very hard on the system, which means any nutrient that exists works in synergy with a certain minerals and vitamins. Say for example, an apple or a banana or any fruit or vegetable, it's not only loaded with one specific nutrient. It comes with a package of different nutrients coming together, and that is what makes an apple powerful. When it comes to beans and legumes, it's not only protein, it's also the mineral, the fiber which is going along with it, that makes it powerful. So when we isolate one nutrient and from its other sources, the effectivity goes really down, and that's where the toxins build up in the body. Protein still remains hemp powder or hemp seeds, also for the reason that it comes loaded with not just protein, but it also comes loaded with selenium, iron, magnesium. Selenium very much important for your thyroid health, which is ultimately the controller of metabolism. Iron builds up the blood. Unless you have good blood quality, you cannot radiate inside out. Your beauty is at a toss, your hair health is at a toss, your energy levels are at a toss. And it also comes loaded with magnesium. Magnesium really keeps your stress levels in control by soothing down your nerves. And this is where the three important nutrients coming together as a part of synergy along with the protein is what makes hemp powder or hemp seeds really powerful as a protein supplement.